and made sexually suggestive comments.
Is there an appropriate picture of your crotch?
Hold on.
I know what's.
Well,
can I send an
were those
appropriate
submitted
one?
into evidence?
That's what
I want to know.
I was reviewing, and I was definitely like, that is definitely no.
Welcome to the iBuyer experiment. We are just back from Success Summit 2023, the Tom Ferry Success Summit. A lot of guest speakers there. One of my favorites I got to see, Jimmy Mackin, who is the CEO of Curator. Lots of knowledge bombs dropped there. And, you know, I'm curious as we kick this off, what was your guys' sentiment of the pulse of the industry, right? I think there was a lot of be careful.
I think the pulse is a lot bigger than Inman's pulse. I heard.
Oh, no.
So we heard.
Oh,
So
no.
we heard,
Okay,
Jay.
so
Yes, we had 5,500 people
Yes.
at Summit.
I heard
and wow,
5,500 there, and there was over 10,000 people watching online.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, it was it was like a Tony Robbins event. Remember when you go to Tony Robbins and you get like 5,000-6,000 people in the room, and it's pretty the energy's pretty popping.
It is popping, but I think what Elliot was kind of pointing to is, you know, Tom Ferry, all of the guests, all of the panelists were talking about how we really have to prepare because we may be in for some lean times as realtors. And so it was kind of be cautious, make sure you're not overspending, make sure that you're
Eating your ramen?
well, yeah.
Cans of beans. Cans of beans on Friday, the rest of the time.
Get out of the
ramen.
ramen.
Are they still 10 for 10?
I don't think so.
No.
Man, that went up too.
Yeah, it's all going up, Keith.
10 for
It's all
20.
going
Yeah,
up. So what was, but really though, I think the biggest thing for me for Summit was AI or die. I mean, they spent a ton of time going over AI tools that you can be using in your business. I mean, at one point, Tom Ferry said, hey, everybody pull out your phone and show me where the ChatGPT icon is.
Yep.
And if it's not on your home screen, you're doing it wrong. Like we should all be using AI to be more efficient, be more effective.
Well, and then not only that, I mean, they made parallels to the internet, to social media, right? Those are some pretty big booms in the industry. And then they actually even said that it could pretty much dominate those, which again, in theory, it technically can. So
I know what we're doing with AI here at Zoodealio. We're building an image neural network that can actually recognize photos and various parts of pictures and come up with scoring on how that property is. So it blows my mind to see that in application and in use. And so, I think that we are not far off from a place where AI is controlling what we're doing.
Well, let's go with what you just said a second ago, right? One of the things I think so many agents pride themselves on is being able to value, being able to give that intellectual property to their home sellers, right? And when we were talking about through data, market data, and then through the condition photos of that particular property, it maybe is not too far off, as we know that we're aspiring to be able to truly value a home like an agent would, but it does it in about half a second, if that even.
0.5 seconds.
It does it better.
And better.
No, don't get me wrong. There are intangibles in a home that AI will never know. It'll never know what the neighbors are like. It'll never know how the house smells.
The personality,
Smell AI.
It'll never know those sorts of things. But I think
air sample tests, upload it. Neural networking.
Could we?
I don't know.
I think we could. I mean, I look at some of the things that, like, Jason's obsessed with Tesla, and I look at some of the things that, you've learned about that Tesla's doing, and it's insane.
It is
fascinating.
Insane.
I mean,
They
robots.
They just launched their supercomputer. It's like a $300 million supercomputer with like 10,000 NVIDIA chips all snaked together.
NVIDIA stock today went through the roof. It went crazy today.
So Tesla's, yep.
Yeah, I know Tesla's did. You're showing me all day.
Yep. Check it.
But yeah, so a lot going on with AI. That was a big takeaway for me.
Well, and I mean, again, not to make this entire show about AI, but the reality of it is those of you out there that have not jumped on at least looking at how this fits in your business from a marketing standpoint, from an image standpoint, even just being able to throw an idea into it and asking basically for a different version of what you've delivered, it can really get your wheels turning, right? And I think that that's where really we're at in today's industry is we are in majorly innovative times. And I think that if you're not being innovative in your business, you're going to get left behind quickly.
Yeah, no, so just like for fun, I had read this article and it was about basically investor purchases across the US, and it was showing like where the top houses are that investors are buying. And so I threw those into ChatGPT, and then I asked it to find correlations between the states. And so some of the interesting things that it was telling me are, okay, so, you've got your normal things like economic job growth, affordability, migration trends, a lot of those things it picked up on. But then I was like, okay, find me some more interesting things that synthesize more. And so I went deeper, and it started telling me like things such as, I'm trying to find it because it was hilarious, like desert, they're all desert climates, or there was an iBuyer uptick, or there were geographical trends, or the state names were all interesting. And so like you can use AI to synthesize information at a really high level and then find correlations in the data that you would never find on your own.
So you just hit a big nugget there for me is that's what they always say, right? That AI is only going to be limited by the ability to give it the proper prompts. And what was one of the biggest focuses
was prompts.
Prompts.
Yep.
Which is what you're tripling down on there. So
yeah, no, it's fun. It's really fun for me to
Super cool.
play around with these tools. But so a lot going on in real estate, and we know that we're kind of in a leaner market. There's less transactional count. Interest rates haven't been this high in over 20 years. So I don't think any of us have sold in today's environment.
It's been a minute since I sold a house.
And I know that there are other things going on in the market as well that could impact affordability, impact the ability of people to buy homes.
Yeah, so I saw something pop up on my phone talking about student loans, right? We haven't had that topic of conversation for
a minute.
4 years. It said nearly 4 years. So starting in October.
I thought they get rid of them.
No, that got shut down.
Bummer. Sorry, guys.
Clamp.
Nope.
Door shut.
No, not all that's going to be forgiven.
It actually kind of pissed me off because I didn't get student loans, so
yep.
I'm like, man, that kind of sucks. Where's my handout?
Where's my free money?
Well, hey. So starting in October, people are going to have to start making their payments again. And so per this headline, I'll just read it. It says household formations and homeownership rates would be hampered significantly in the next year and possibly beyond as student debt payment forbearance ends in October after nearly 4 years, according to a survey of more than 100 real estate experts. Obviously, I don't know who these 100 real estate
Quote,
experts
unquote.
are, reported by Bloomberg. So that could be huge, right? If you have a $200 or $700 payment, and that's now being factored. Well, hey, now I can't afford my mortgage.
Because they weren't factoring those during COVID, right?
It was 0.5% of your total debt. So it was
which
nothing.
is nothing, yeah.
Okay, so they were like factoring in just 0.5% of the total.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
it
gosh.
could have been like, oh, yeah, that's $50, or whatever.
Well, and those payments of saving $200, what have you, for people who have bigger ones, right? What at roughly today's interest rate times, it's $7 per 1,000. Think about that. That's $200 that now could have gone to your payment to help you qualify for more home. That's gone. That's gonna make you possibly go down lower in the qualifying class of the property.
So I wonder if this is one more reason the Fed won't raise rates in September.
I don't know. We'll see. And per these experts, they're thinking that it's going to have an impact on home ownership lasting for a year or more. And 40% of them think it's going to have an impact for at least 3 years.
So it could. I mean, prices are high. Interest rates are high.
Yep.
It's difficult to qualify for a mortgage. I mean,
Affordability is not that great.
So
No.
I just thought that was interesting. No one's talked about that.
No, I hadn't
almost
heard.
a half a decade.
Haven't heard about that.
So here we go.
Uh-oh.
Another just slap something else on in the marketplace.
Well, and also in October, one of the lawsuits against NAR is going to trial. And there has been some breaking news in real estate with the National Association of Realtors. So New York Times did an expose on NAR, and the president of NAR, Kenny Parcell, quickly resigned as soon as it came out. It just came out on Sunday. And he is being accused of sexual harassment on 29 different accounts. So
with all these realtors and
an hour 29. Like, does it say over the course of time? Sorry, just for context.
Let's see. I'm just reading
29
the
times
article.
ever.
does it really matter?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
so-
trying
Over
to, I'm trying
29
to,
years.
Yeah.
Only
I'm
once a year.
Yeah.
Only
I'm
once
trying
a
to
year.
find. Hey, I'm in a very dark
does
room.
matter.
It's
right
only
now,
once in a year,
trying
right?
to find a shred of light somewhere for this guy.
So check it out. The majority of claims focused on Parcell, which is the former president of NAR, who allegedly invited female employees to late night meetings, sent inappropriate pictures of his crotch, and made sexually suggestive comments.
Is there an appropriate picture of your crotch?
Hold on.
I know what's.
Well,
Can I send an
were those
appropriate
submitted
one?
into evidence?
They're only
That's what I want to know.
I was reviewing, and I was definitely like, that is definitely no.
We definitely knew he was falling.
that one's inappropriate, right?
Yeah, and we definitely knew he was.
Are we
falling
going to start seeing pictures of this dude on the internet? Here soon?
We definitely knew he was falling short.
Probably, Keith. Oh dear, a lot of jokes may ensue.
Yes.
You know, it's really
At least his
sad.
name isn't Anthony Weiner.
Yes.
It is. It's. Hey, and he recovered.
He did.
He
I know.
recovered. So there is hope for you, Kenny.
Mr. Weiner.
So the bottom line is I think that there's a lot of shakeup. And I think that us as an industry, we're starting to look at NAR and say like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, why are people...
Well, what was the other thing that
Having
was
late night meetings.
That was Jay that you were saying where they had $40 million got they spent on marketing. You
So
know,
one
agency.
one marketing agency, an insane amount of money.
Yeah, that's like
This is NAR?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think they're funneling money to this agency and then
Who knows? I mean, I
agency was
I think where there's smoke, there's
pushing it under
fire.
the table? Yep.
yeah.
Right? Just doesn't line up in that
And
circumstance.
Colby sent us an article about some
gosh.
agent that cut her boyfriend's head off, and that was pretty shocking too.
You think it's because of just
It's the market. It's hard
this
times.
marketplace. She just freaked out.
It just came
I
to
feel
a
like
head.
it's came to a head.
Somebody said she wasn't cutting it in this market, and she said, "I'll show you."
Oh dear.
No, obviously it's a really sad story, but
So sad.
it's like, but hey, when we're your agents in the industry, like, wow, hey, we're all people at the same time, and sometimes people do crazy shit.
It's probably surprising we don't hear more.
Yeah, at a
of
body of
that.
1.5 million, roughly, right? You're gonna everything.
So what is going on with this with NAR? I mean, I feel it. I feel a seismic shift.
Yeah.
I do. I feel it, guys.
Could NAR just completely go kaput?
So it's interesting because I read a lot of Rob Hahn, and he's his
good.
thing is like, even if these lawsuits prevail, there's probably going to be some sort of settlement and some sort of like maybe an additional disclosure. Who knows? So his take on it isn't that we'll have some crazy dismantling of NAR, but if you look at the damages, and they're in the billions,
Hundreds of billions, right?
It could bankrupt them.
Some of the C21s, Coldwell Banker, K-Dubs, all that, right? Some of the bigger brands that are
Well, NAR is NAR too, right?
Yeah. So like, what happens in a world where there's no NAR?
We're just gonna raise, or it's gonna be like
I don't know.
There's gonna be like a $50 surcharge for every agent every year. That's
what
gonna
I
pay
said.
that.
Or like they'll tack on some sort of additional transaction fee
We'll
for
have
like
to
the
pay
next
for it,
like
of
10
course.
years, and it
of course
gets passed
it'll
on
get
to
passed on.
who knows. Is a seismic shift coming? If there is, what should you be doing to prepare yourself? Well, you know what I think. I think that you should be focusing on lead generating for sellers. You should be checking out this company right here that
It's one over my shoulder, the glowing blue neon.
sponsors the one on all our shirts and hats.
Hey, they're our sponsor. What do you want? Sorry.
No, but so seriously though, Tom Ferry said on stage at Summit that a good agent shows up to a listing appointment with a marketing plan, but a great agent shows up with cash offers. And I think that says it all.
Ding,
It's
ding,
like-
ding.
Like,
Yep.
A super uber duper mega agent shows up with a sold sign, slaps it right on the table, be like, "There you go, sold."
Market value. Need to improve your house? We'll do that too. All of it.
all of it. We do it all. Hey, we're here to ensure the existence of realtors or real estate agents in the event realtors get dismantled.
Wow. That would actually be a shakeup, right? No longer the term realtor goes goodbye.
So it would just be like buyers agents can't get commissions anymore, or
Right.
they won't allow the sellers to pay for the buyer's agent's commission.
Right. So then
And so what happens to all these like IDX companies that sell just buyer leads? It's you're
they're going to try and quickly uncover if you own a house too.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Well, just being at
so having a seller
lead, Realtor.com, a lot of those people there that are all drawing lead capture, then selling those leads to agents. Those are the overwhelming majority of those are buyer leads.
They're 100,
exactly.
like 99% of them are buyer leads.
Right,
so,
and now there's no clear way to get a paycheck from those.
Well, there is through Zoodealio, right? I mean, we have a seller lead generation platform.
Right.
That's so all these guys are going to be trying to switching over to the seller lead generation platform.
Well, and the thing to your point, Jay, is 60%, right? National data on it that every single year comes out. 60% of the people that sell a house buy a house, right? So then, are we going to see models to where these Uber teams go more Uber? They have the sell side, and then you charge a 4% commission as an example to sell the house, but part of that is the fee to represent them as a buyer too. Or is it what you said, that I'll let you share your little economic foreshadowing structure that you maybe thought?
I just see models popping up where for buyer representation, it's based on like, okay, maybe 10 showings, 3 contracts written, 1 inspection period reviewed. If you need more showings, it's an add-on. Maybe
it's
like $500. Yeah,
and
you
just a la carte Benzer.
You kind of pay as you go.
Are you going to be able to start financing your representation, right? Because there's a lot of stuff out there that you can just roll it in. Hey, $4,000 for my agent to represent me in this. Can I roll it into my loan?
Or would you like to get you're pre-approved for the realtor credit card?
Totally, dude. Love it. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's always going to be an angle, man. There really is. It's like one door closes and 5 more open sometimes.
Yes.
Hey,
financing it
for a lot of people and most people, if it's not cash out of the pocket, they game.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a monthly fee.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's
paying
exciting.
for my realtor for 8 years.
When I was younger, that was my mindset. I'd be like, what's the payment? I can totally handle that.
Dude, that's
3 years? Okay, no problem.
That's 85% plus
no
of
interest.
America is they decision everything on payment, monthly budget.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's hard though when you exist in like a different percentile, and because like Jason will say like, I do it myself, and I'm like, dude, you are not the normal consumer.
Oh yeah, selling your own house.
Yeah. He talks about that all the time.
Great.
A lot going on, a lot of shift happening, and we would love to hear from you. We would love to know what your thoughts are on all of this crazy stuff. So, hey, make sure you like, comment, ring that bell so you get notified of our new episodes, and thanks for listening.
Ding,
Thanks.
ding.
See you.